target
Yeah,
dominate?
just
Fine, right?
yeah. So you would go to 5 and then you would start your setup, right? So your setup is always gonna open with Soul Rot into Grimoire, Valfiend, Shadowbolts, Dogs, and then you build imps until it's about 5 seconds left, and then you empty, and then you tyrant, and then your ruby timing was pretty good there. Then you get to 0 shards, and then you press Fellstorm.
Oh, so I should press Fellstorm here.
Yeah. So now it's like you just want to cast Dogs on cooldown and just like build, like spend as many shards as possible, right? So you wanna use your Demon Bolt cast to move around. Like if you're in a real scenario, you want to use them to move around. Once you get to like around 30 seconds left, you want to start to look to hold your core procs. So here you need to use core procs and use Dogs. You want to go down to like 1. So hovering around 1 is really good. So now you know that you're gonna get 2 more very soon. So you just want to use this one and use the next one. And now you can hold. Now you can hold a bit, right? So now you see it. You want to get to 5 and then start your setup here. So you want to start on 5. Okay, so Soul Rot on 5. Valfiend, Shadowbolt, Dogs, and then summon imps until those 2 demons are about to end. You see the timer on the left side.
Yeah.
So you just summon imps until it's like 5. Yeah, and then you just go to 0, extend, and then that's done, right? And now you just keep doing the same thing again, where you hover around like 1 demon core proc, and you have to keep in mind that when your tyrant ends now, you're gonna get a lot of influx. So you want to just spend them as they come in when they start coming in here. Like these ones, you need to like just spend, because they're gonna come in so fast here, and you're probably gonna get up to 3 here. If you didn't get any procs from your imps, but in general, that's how you gotta treat it. So when you reach the 30-second mark on Tyrant again, then you want to start to look to hold around 1 to 2. Like between 1 and 2. You don't want to go to 4 here. Now you're overcapping again, so you gotta keep that in mind. Right? Now, and now you want to build to 5. Build to 5 and start your setup. Soul Rot, Grimoire, Vilefiend, and then Demon Bolt. Then Dogs, because you had procs to do it, right? And then summon until it's like 5 seconds left. And Tyrant. Perfect. That fucking golden. Just do that every time and you're gonna do amazing damage.
Okay.
Fucking perfect.
I'm extremely struggling with fights where I have to move. Do you have any tips for that?
Yeah, do what you're doing now for like about 10 hours.
Okay.
It's literally just muscle memory. It needs to be automated so that you don't think about it, so that you can use your brain power to do the mechanics.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So it's just you just gotta play. A good thing is you wanna kind of know ahead of time what you want to do. So you want to have a plan going in. It's like, okay, if I get this mechanic, then I'm gonna use these spells to move out here, and then I'm gonna delay my tyrant setup until I get back, etc. Like, kind of think ahead, like 5-10 seconds ahead always to where you actually are, instead of reacting to the mechanics and movement. So you know what you want to do. A good example in TOP, since we're going to TOP. Are we going to TOP? No, we're going to Sanguine. Yeah. A good example of this is, for example, you don't want to start your tyrant setups on the 3rd boss when you're about to pick up balls, right? Because you need to run around and pick up balls. But you know when that is going to happen roughly, so you can just plan ahead. Yeah, plan ahead and make sure that you don't get cucked.
So if this was a target fight, I would implode right now after the tyrant.
Yeah, I mean, you would implode every imp if it's a 2-target fight. Yeah. Anytime there is more than 1 target, your goal is to implode every single imp while spending as few globals as possible doing so. Okay. That's basically your entire goal. Okay, so now you want to start thinking about Like when you see like 18 seconds on Tyrant, you can pretty much go. So one more hand here, build to 5, and then start setup. Zorot, Grimoire, Valfian, Demon Bolt, because you have procs, dogs, and then you want to Ruby about now? Yeah, I think this works.
Kinda tight.
Oh, you missed dogs.
Dogs.
Okay.
Yeah, I missed dogs.
With a little bit more
any-
haste, that works. With a little bit more haste, that works.
Yeah.
So that's why haste is nice. It's not. It gives you more CDR because you get to spend more shards, but it's also just make sure you spend your demonic strength as well.
I also missed the demonic strength.
Yeah. But it like gives you a little bit more leeway in your setups to like get that one extra cast off, so you don't feel like you're wasting it.
Like with haste food, that would have been possible, but right now I'm missing the haste food.
Yeah, I mean you were like literally 0.1 seconds off. So
yeah. Usually in raids, what I start with and what I go for on pool always without any procs, without anything. So like I usually precast my demon bolt at 5 with some range with the boss at around 30 yards, I would say.
Yeah.
And then I either go depending on how my hand of cooldown procs. I usually go Felguard Shadowbolt and into Vilefin Shadowbolt. And depending on if my dogs have procced, I hand. If my dogs have procced, I use dogs into Ruby.
Basically, you try to if you haven't got a dog proc, you basically fish for dog proc for a very long time.
Fish for more at about 8 seconds of the Grimoire. If I don't, I just use dogs and Tyrant.
Yeah. That might I don't know if that's a gain. Like that would have to be simmed. It does make kind of sense, but I don't think it's like a huge. I don't think it's a huge difference. It's like because you're only gonna get like two more casts off of Shadowbolt before you have to cast your dogs anyway, right? Because you get the Grimoire into Valfi and there's a Shadowbolt, and then you have already casted a Demon Bolt. So if it doesn't proc from the Demon Bolt or the Shadowbolt,
from this right now. So my usual setup is this.
Yeah.
Into the Soul Rod, and then
so you should you want a Soul Rod first.
Yeah.
Because Soul Rot takes quite some time to update the HP of the mobs, so you wanna Demon Bolt into Soul Rot as your opener.
Yeah.
Like you can think of it this way: your Tyrant setups should always start with Soul Rot.
Yeah, I usually when I'm more focused into the raid, because now we're like talking, chatting, and thinking about it more. Usually after the pre-pool, it's always Soul Rod. So like it's
exactly.
Demon Bolt into Soul Rod, and then
then it's correct. Then it's correct. Yeah. I actually kind of like that idea to just cast more Shadow Bolts in the opener and until you get a proc. I don't dislike that at all, especially if you have Lust and stuff, because then you you actually cast pretty fast. So that's
unlike Shriekwind or Inerva, where you usually get last on pool. It's better to fish, in my opinion, than just going with the flow. Or
I haven't been doing. Yeah, I haven't actually been doing that, but I do definitely see the value in it.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of different in a dungeon where you adapt on the situation. In
can you press your character? Can you press your character sheet? Someone in chat wants to see the character sheet.
This one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can keep them both open.
Hypes, gel loves, gel infinites, gel hypes, gel hypes,
I mean,
gel hype.
Right now, like I could use a better helmet, definitely a better weapon.
Yeah, weapon is huge for you. Like if you get 220 weapon from Sire, for example,
from the Nathris,
that'd be insane.
Because it's haste mastery with big mastery, so it's pretty good in my opinion.
Yeah. It's I mean I have it 233 luckily.